believe, but it's been over 3 decades since Sonic the Hedgehog first burst onto the gaming scene, redefining the platforming genre and challenging Mario for the title of the most iconic mascot in video game history. But like any other legacy, the story of Sonic isn't just about triumph, it's about transformation. From humble beginnings in the early 90s to his more modern 3D adventures, join me today as I take a look at the evolution of Sonic the Hedgehog and why he still remains one of the most popular gaming icons in the world of video games. All the way back in 1991, when Sonic the Hedgehog first hit the scene, the gaming world was forever changed. Unlike Mario's more methodical platforming style, Sonic was a roller coaster ride that dared players to keep up. Sonic wasn't just fast though, he had style, he also had attitude, as well as a love for speed, and that's all he needed. And in the years following Sonic's debut, Sega knew that they had something special. But how could they build upon it? How could they make Sonic stand out in a world that was already beginning to embrace 3D graphics and more sophisticated gameplay? Enter the sequels, a true expansion of the Sonic universe, and perhaps one of the greatest titles in the golden age of gaming. Sonic 2 refined everything about the first game, adding more complex levels, improved graphics, and even 2-player co-op gameplay. But what truly set it apart was its sense of speed, with the addition of the infamous spin dash. But this was just the beginning, because in 1993, Sonic CD took things to an even higher level. The game's unique visuals involving animated cutscenes and a memorable soundtrack quickly became a cult classic. And then of course there was Sonic 3 and Sonic & Knuckles, both legendary titles. These games introduced the character Knuckles the Echidna, a tough red rival with a mysterious past. The game's most notable feature was the innovative lock-on technology, which allowed players to combine Sonic & Knuckles with Sonic the Hedgehog 3 to unlock even more content, and the result, one of the most expansive and beloved entries in the series.
You're goddamn right.
As the new millennium dawned, so did a new chapter for Sonic, where he would go from 2D and jump into the illustrious world of 3D gaming. But not all of it was smooth sailing. In 1999, Sonic Adventure for the Sega Dreamcast hit the gaming world, and fans were both excited and nervous. The promise of a fully 3D Sonic game was tantalizing, but there were concerns about whether the franchise could maintain its signature speed and fluidity in this strange new environment. Yet there was something undeniably thrilling about running through these 3D environments. But when it came to the sequel, it took it to a whole new level. Sonic Adventure 2 brought with it even more action and more characters. The gameplay was fun, and many regarded it as a true legend of early 3D Sonic titles. But the series was still struggling to replicate that perfect formula of the 16-bit era. You know, the fast-paced type platform mechanics that defined Sonic's earlier titles. But both the adventure games and including Heroes managed to put their own spin into this new 3D open space. And while everything seemed perfect for a while, soon everything was about to change. Because in 2006, an infamous disaster of a game was released to the gaming world, otherwise known as Sonic 06. This game promised to bring Sonic into the next generation of consoles, but its execution was one of the most infamous misfires in video game history. The game suffered from buggy controls, a broken camera, as well as poorly executed combat mechanics, which made Sonic 06 feel like a game that didn't feel finished. But just when things seemed a little bit grim, along came Sonic Colors and turned the tide for the world's infamous Hedgehog. Sonic Colors was a vibrant, fun and energetic game that was a clear departure from the chaos of Sonic 06, with Sonic Colors focusing on redefining the gameplay and returning to the basics of what made Sonic great in the first place. The levels were well designed, Sonic's movements felt tighter and more fluid, and the addition of Wisps, power-ups that gave Sonic new abilities, breathed new life into the series. And if things couldn't get any better, it was in 2011 that Sonic Generations arrived to celebrate Sonic's 20th anniversary.
That's pretty good.
The gameplay felt smooth, the levels were brilliantly designed, and for the first time in years, fans could play a Sonic game without feeling like they were trudging through unfinished territory. But the real renaissance for Sonic came in 2017 with Sonic Mania, a return to the 2D platforming formula that made the series iconic in the first place. The game was a celebration of everything that made Sonic so popular in the 90s, fast-paced gameplay, amazing looking stages, and a killer soundtrack. Oh, mwah, pure perfection. Sonic's evolution continued with Sonic Frontiers, which marks Sonic's first true venture into true open world gameplay, allowing him to explore vast open environments with an unprecedented sense of freedom.
Neat.
The results may have been mixed for some, but the ambitious nature of the game shows that Sonic is no longer content to stick to one formula. He's forever evolving, pushing boundaries and embracing new ideas. I, for one, am very interested to see where Sonic will be in 30 years' time. But anyway, come back next time where I take a look at some of the forgotten holiday specials of the 80s and 90s. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next game.